Do you understand now that it was absolutely irresponsible of you to do that?
It was, especially since I've met the parents, and it's 100% real, as I said on the radio yesterday, and as I said here yesterday, it's 100% real, and the media still ran with lies that I was saying it wasn't real on air yesterday. It's incredible. They won't let me take it back. They just want to keep me in the position of being the Sandy Hook man.
Okay, that's the position that you put yourself in. You made the conscious choice during your production meetings that you are going to constantly reiterate that this terrible massacre was falsified by the government for your own personal enrichment, both in terms of your fame and audience, but also, let's keep it real, specifically for money. You did that show after show after show after show for literally years. And so it is cute of you to want to take that back. You're not gonna be giving back the money that you made, the views that you got. You can't take back the damage that was done to those families. You just acknowledged that you talked to them. So you've heard about their pain, but the fact that they've been driven from houses, they've been driven from states, trying to avoid your fans hounding them for literally years over the deaths of their kids. Can that be taken back? Can you make them right? Can you fix the years of their life that you've stolen? You can't and you won't, you don't want to. And notice there that finally admitting that it was true, that's like a moment where, oh good, he can learn. Oh wait, 7 or 8 seconds later, he's making about him once again and about his pain, that he is the victim in all of this. And look, there's a lot more else that was going on in that case. We're gonna get into some more of the ridiculous stuff that happened yesterday. But Jordan, like he's finally admitting it. Do you believe that he means it, that he actually acknowledges that it's real? He's saying it in court, but does he mean it?
I think he's saying what he needs to say to try to win this case. And that's it. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw when the jury was able to submit questions and the judge read them questions. And I was a little concerned about how that's going to dictate the fate of this case, because some of them were like, how can we know you're really remorseful? Would you be willing to join the groups started by parents to advocate for safer schools? Like things like that. It's just like, that is such a softball, because of course he's gonna say yes, and he did. But the thing here is he always knew Sandy Hook was real. Absolutely, day one he knew it was real. He intentionally lied about it to his audience for views, for engagement bait, like for outrage cycles, because that's his whole scheme. It's pushing these things to get people fired up because no one else is going to say it, so that carves out a unique niche for him. And he frames it as, oh, I'm just questioning the official narrative. Day one when it happened, he knew it was real, just as he knows it's real today. And he intentionally lied and created an absolute horror for already grieving parents. I can't even imagine what that must be like to lose a 6-year-old in a shooting. And he lied, and what the plaintiff's lawyers pointed out for massive profit on things like huge markups on survival prep food and brain pills and miracle cure type stuff, which is so absurd because you could draw a through line from the origins of conspiracy culture, like the flat earth movement. The guy who started that, he was a miracle cure guy who was basically just selling soda water. Kelly Weil in her book Off the Edge detailed his history. It's fantastic. I would encourage people to read it. But you could just draw a through line from early conspiracy culture and miracle cures to Alex Jones and now in his miracle cures and how that's popular in conspiracy circles. It's really sad how we just repeat the same mistakes.
Yeah, and look, it makes sense. It's like the scam emails that they're riddled with errors so that they can self-select for people who have no critical thinking skills. The only people that will contact them are the ones who you can convince of anything. So the only people that are gonna make it through the water is making the frogs gay stuff, well, they have such a tenuous grasp on causality that yeah, you can probably convince them that they won't be able to have sex unless they take your ground up gorilla bone paste or whatever. And they make tons of money. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.